I've always had tendencies with OCD.
When he entered first grade, Riley was resistant to reading, and then the papers would come home with eraser marks where he tried to make that letter or that number perfect.
Above anything else, it was that I was intimidated to read.
Instead of going, yes, I'm learning and I can stumble over this word, it was like he was supposed to already know it. I thought, oh, this child has something that he's dealing with and he has to have help.
I was never really sure just what OCD was when it came about. A lot of times I wasn't really patient with it. Really could have been a whole lot more receptive, and understanding to it.
I still remember the day that my mom told me that my brother had OCD, not knowing what it was or even how bad it was going to get later on.
But at the beginning of high school, as OCD is, I think it loves change and it thrives on change because that's when the anxiety can kick up.
My OCD started focusing primarily on contamination more than perfection. Every part of my living environment, every part of my day-to-day life, I had to control to make sure it wouldn't upset my OCD. In one sense or another, I made my family cater to my OCD.
He began to withdraw from friends, withdraw from social activities. He withdrew from his sister. His sister becomes contaminated and he cannot have anything to do with her.
I felt kind of like scared in a way and then confused. I felt like I couldn't tell my friends that he has OCD because then I was like, well, if he's not telling his friends, I can't tell mine. They don't quite understand how hard it was and, everything that I do go through.
She is lost as you are putting all of your focus on this child with OCD. And it became the fact that Robert did everything with Chloe. I did everything with Riley, but we couldn't do anything as a family.
Everything about the family was really structured around that OCD, which not only made Riley a prisoner, but it also made us prisoners.
And he began, over Christmas break, to sleep in the floor of the bathroom that was across the hall from his bedroom, and that became his place of existence. That is when I began to search even deeper, and that is where we heard about Roger's.
I wasn't willing to come here, but anything at that point seemed better than where I was at.
And the team that was Riley's treatment team knew OCD in and out. They had loads of experience. And Riley finally had something that he could invest in other than OCD.
As the primary therapist, one of the things that I did was focus heavily on the family and reintegrating back into home life. And fortunately, we had built up trust with Riley so that he was able to say, I really don't want to do this and I don't really think I can handle it, but I'm going to do it, because he trusted that we wouldn't put him in a position that would be too difficult for him.
You learned how not to be the enabler of OCD. You have to be resistant and you have to stand firm and say, we are not going to let OCD rule our lives. We choose to take our lives back.
I know that if I don't do them, do what my OCD is telling me, that sure, there will be some anxiety, but that anxiety will go away and nothing bad will happen. Instead of spending my entire day doing what my OCD tells me to do, I can spend my day doing something that I want to do or planning my future, that sort of thing.
OCD kind of likes to come back and keep kind of questioning and tricking. So it's great to see that after leaving, he just was really able to maintain and thrive. He's doing great.
Before, like my mom said, I would accommodate him and I would make sure that I would do anything to where it wouldn't get on his nerves or go against his OCD. But now I feel like, in a way, it's better for me to push him and to be in those things and to touch those things and to be around him and to talk to him more, and other than to give in to the OCD, because that's not helping him any. He could at least talk to me, he could look at me and be in the same room and be completely fine. It was pretty amazing.
Riley is a senior. And it's exciting Now, I think this is a turning point. He's taken that knowledge, and for 2 years, he has worked and grown with resilience and determination to fight that OCD. And he is in a most wonderful place because he can move forward with honesty and just pushing the stigma to the side to be able to be who he is for all he's worth.
He's such a hero because we all go through storms in our lives. Him being 16, 17 years old, what he's done to get to this point, I've never had to face anything like that.
My greatest fear in telling people was that they wouldn't see me as an equal. Being able to just talk with people who understand OCD or stuff like that, understand the similar struggle and that sort of thing, it's being able to relate to them, it's a relief, it's refreshing, it's like a weight lifted off me. It's amazing.